Welcome, everyone. We are so incredibly excited to introduce everyone to our newest TRAXERO Titan, and his name is Mr. Dave Butcher. Dave, thanks so much for joining us, and thank you for being our newest TRAXERO Titan.
Well, thanks for having me as a Titan.
Yeah, you are welcome. For those of you out there watching, Dave Butcher is in Virginia and he has been a long-term TRAXERO customer. We're going to talk a little bit about that later and learn a little bit about him, but a little bit about the TRAXERO Titan. That is an individual that we collectively as a company have sat down and chosen to be essentially what we consider a fantastic leader in the towing industry, someone that embodies the culture of growth that we talk about every day, and that is essential to the towing industry and is growing and learning every single day. And that is certainly Mr. Dave Butcher that we have here on today. We're happy to have you, Dave.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Much appreciated. And I'll second what you're saying is that when it comes to technology, like being in the forefront of it, using all the services available to help our business be successful, and TRAXERO has been a great partner. We've been, I'm going to say 15 plus years, somewhere in that ballpark range, and use a multitude of your services.
Thank you.
Sure.
Amazing. Thank you. Appreciate your loyalty.
So where are you sitting today? Where are your personal headquarters where you operate out of every day?
Okay, so today I'm at our Leesburg location. It's 2 years old. It's a building that we worked on for years to grow into, and I can tell you it's 20,000 square feet, about 7,000 of office space, and then the rest is the truck. It's a truck repair shop and a truck wash. And also, our total acreage is 4.5 acres, and the balance is parking lot, storage lot. And then we have an auxiliary yard that's about another acre and a half here in Loudoun County. Henry's Towing and Windsor Towing. Also, we have 6 other locations from Baltimore all the way through, a couple more in Maryland, and the balance in Virginia near the Capitol Beltway.
Wow, that's a lot. So you mentioned Henry's Towing, Windsor Towing, and also Roadrunner Towing. So you, I believe, are the president and CEO of all 3 of these entities. Is that correct?
I am. Our parent company is Full Guard. They're great partners of ours. We're constantly growing, innovating. Have great people that we're working with here.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, the industry is changing right now, and you got to stay on the front of it. And picking the right partners to do so, I think, is what's going to make us successful. I mean, if you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people. And I think we've done a real good job in the company of doing so. And I'm really excited because our team members, without them, it just wouldn't work. And we have great people. And towing, I always say work is easy. People are hard, but also they make it easy. Is that the great people who work hard, have the great morals, values, and work ethic have helped us mold into a successful business. And without them, it wouldn't be successful.
What is your process of garnering those relationships, Dave? How do you go about networking? Are these people you've been working with for years? I just want to know how it's expanded to 3 companies that are currently under your leadership right now.
It's a little bit of everything. Years in business. I mean, I started Roadrunner when I was 22 years old. I started towing when I was 17, and actually was hired by Henry's Record Service just before my 18th birthday.
Wow.
And I joke about, like, I wouldn't hire me. I mean, I don't hire 17-year-olds. I just can't. And it's so weird how the industry's changed. But being in it my entire life and just being committed to it and knowing people in the industry, other businesses that I've met, people along the way, whether it's trade shows. We're very involved in the community. I sit on the board of directors for the Chamber of Commerce, Rotary. We're always involved in just charity events, you name it. I mean, we really stay, and I meet great people there because it's all about also giving back to the community. And that's what I think has helped us have successful partners. I think people see that. And the people that we bring on here, our managers, drivers, mechanics, you name it, anybody that's here is important to us. Everybody is part of a winning team. And, finding those people It takes a while. It does, but you have to give people the tools. You have to give them the support, and I think that's what we're really about: is lifting people up, giving them the opportunity, continual training. We use, several different training platforms for every different piece of work that we do, from accounting all the way up. Because people, when you invest in them, they're going to invest in you, and then they stay. We've had a lot of tenured people who've been here for a long time.
Mhm.
And getting those good people are the benefits. Our 401k, our disability, life, it goes on, health insurance. Our contributions towards health are huge. We ask people, hey, look us up, compare to your competition what we can give. And as we got bigger, we're able to give that to our employees, not just be like, hey, listen, we're just out for ourselves in the bottom line. I can tell you the partners that I work with are true believers in investing in our people. And that is what's made us successful. And we continue with those benefits. You're going to attract good people. And you check, what is it? You attract bees with honey or something. What is the saying?
More
And
flies with honey than with vinegar or something like that.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's and so we put stuff together that makes people want to be here, want to be successful, and giving people the tools to be successful is our responsibility. So yeah, organic people coming in. A lot of my guys who are here, guys and gals who drive tow trucks here, came in with zero experience, and we help them, become great operators. Several of my one of my most, several of my lead heavy wrecker guys driving rotators. Those guys came in and never driven a tow truck before in their lives and been here a decade or more, some 2 decades, and I'm so happy to see how successful they've become,
Mm.
and the pride they carry in the job that they do when they're out there on a truck wreck or an easy lift or even just a tow helping a customer out. They're confident in what they do, the training that they've had, that they can utilize that and do a successful job. It's good to see.
What does that look like? What does the onboarding and training look like for those who actually have zero experience with this kind of equipment?
Well, it is. We're known for we're pretty thorough. When somebody comes in, I mean, your first day is onboarding, which is going over paperwork, maybe some videos, getting them set up, ordering uniforms, just all the little regular stuff that you have to do. But it is so important to go over an employee manual and expectations in the company and and their job duties and responsibilities. Because if you don't tell them how to do something, how do you know to do it?
Right.
So we spend a lot of the first day doing that. After that, it goes into riding with a driver trainer, and so they'll sit and they have their trainers have an instruction list of what they need to certify these guys on, or make sure they know what they're doing when they're out in the field, and that could go up to 2 weeks for a light duty operator. We're paying them the entire time. We have no qualms about that. Some people say, what if they quit? What if you're paying somebody to train them and they quit? I go, well, what if you don't and they stay?
I love that quote.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, if we don't give them the tools and then they stay and we never trained them, then what are you going to get? So it's the risk that you take. But honestly, most people are going to stay if they know you're investing in them. And there are a few that might come and go, but I can tell you overall, we've been hitting home runs and with the people that we've gotten, and we vet pretty tough on the front end when people come in to be employed. So it saves both of us a lot of work in the future if we do stuff on the front end.
A lot of work and money because having to replace employees
For
is
sure.
also
Oh,
costly.
it is. Oh, yeah. Turnover is costly. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm proud to say we're currently fully staffed, except for I think we have like maybe one technician in the shop that we're short. But other than that, drivers wise, I know we're fully staffed, and it's great having that. We actually probably have more people than I wouldn't say than we need, but I mean we have the right amount, and
Yeah.
we stopped advertising just because of that reason.
Mm.
And it's continuity in business. Having people there, we can continue to do great work for our customers. Therefore, we keep them. Therefore, we can grow.
I love that. That's a fantastic philosophy to have, just really having a good handle on all of those. Talk a little bit about all of the operational diversity that you have, because I think about all the different types of revenue coming into the business through your commercial customers and your local customers, and then maybe private property impounding and cash calls and some motor clubs. That is just a lot to manage. How do you manage all that, Dave?
Well, we have great software for one, you know, so that helps a lot. And and I recently did have a great conversation with somebody about, they're like, similar question. I said, well, put everything into our software and we utilize it the best we can. We're paperless and at Roadrunner, and we're starting that with the other companies to move forward to say, when I say paperless, we, our guys doing the tows out there, what's the best for them to be able to get onto the next job?
Sure.
So all our government contracts, people that we have, not only do they use the portal for entering calls to be dispatched, so it just pops up on our screen, they don't call in, to the drivers getting it on their app, of course, and being routed. And I tell people, for us, this is kind of standard operating procedure, but for others who don't use the software or haven't had any software ever, they're kind of blown away with how everything works. And when we got our customers and trained them on, hey, it's this easy to enter a call.
Yeah.
Copy and paste a VIN, decode it, send it to it. Everything else is already in there. They really liked it, which means we really lock them down. I mean, our customers, they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave because it's too difficult of a heavier lift for them to do that. And they stick with us for the technology. And then when it comes to completing the job, our drivers not having to write a tow ticket for every tow they do, that they just kind of make sure they get it into the app, which makes it so easy. Uploading photos, scanning a barcode for the VIN, and decoding the VIN and having all the, if it hasn't already been done. And then when it comes to the end, if we need a signature from the customer, it's right there. They can do it with their finger on the phone, and we can just email them a receipt. People need a receipt, sure, let us email it to you.
Love it.
And that it just makes that flow. And same with all our customers. So our government customers and private customers, being able to send them just an email. You know how much it's cut down on people calling and saying, can I get a copy of a receipt? I mean, that used to, years ago, happen regularly. Today, I would say it's non-existent. But when you have it and you can re-email it to them right away, there's a history and they can find it. So that's another way we've kind of been staying ahead. And our drivers being able to be way more productivity when they go into it, and they don't have to do the paperwork. And we talked about the different tows that we do at between all companies.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of private property towing. I mean, company-wide, we're probably doing somewhere between, I'm going to say 1,500 and 1,800 private property tows a month. And it's a lot.
Wow.
One of our, two of our yards in Maryland bring in about 1,200 of those. So they are the bulk of it. And up until, they've been writing tickets on every call that they brought in. And I said, hey, listen, 1,200 a month. How much time is being wasted on something that we don't need? And we all sat down and kind of looked at it. And we're like, okay, we got to make a change. Wow, we never thought about it that way. So give somebody 1,200 invoices and have them sit down and have to fill them all out. They would be like, oh, that's going to take me all week. So that's how much wasted time our drivers are spending collectively doing paperwork where they don't need to. If we're using TRAXERO and you're using it properly, you're efficient. And it makes and when they're working commission, don't slow them down. Let them keep going. They want to be, again, giving them the tools to be successful.
Yeah.
They have that tool to be successful. We want to see them use it.
I love that. Thank you so much for that testimony.
Yeah.
That was great. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's why, like when it comes to operational, and another big thing is police directed towing.
Okay.
We do anywhere from 40 to 70 police directed tows a day. And I can tell you, it's a lot. And when it comes to ETAs, we have to get there on time. There's no choice. And between all our offices, from Baltimore all the way here to Northern Virginia, we have some exclusive police directed towing contracts. And I mean, ETAs are everything.
Mhm.
And, you know, somebody once asked me, "Do you guys do emergency towing?" So, is there any other kind?
I was gonna
Right?
say, always
Right.
an emergency.
Everything's an emergency when they're broken down and they want
Pretty
you.
much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And so a lot of stuff that we do is it's just that catering to our customers. With those ETAs, they talk about their cycle times for their trucks getting them back on the road, or their cars, or whatever it may be, or incident management. We have several interstates we cover. We need to get out there with the right equipment and then efficiently get on location to open up the traffic. Traffic's bad enough here in Northern Virginia. We don't want to continue to add it in Maryland. It's something that we can help out with.
I
And we're
can attest. I
yeah,
can attest. We know.
yeah.
Amazing.
It's rough. And I say, look, let's start with incident management on clearing the roads that we have. So let's get out there and do a good job of it so we can open them up. And
I love it, for sure.
so,
I know that as a leader, you're looking to maintain your customers, you're looking to grow your employees, but also you are at the end of the day a business owner. You have a stake. You want to be profitable and make as much money as you can, be as efficient as you can, and you're always looking for other revenues to grow the business. Talk a little bit about your auction experience and what that's been like on Auction Simplified.
okay, well, as you know, it's been a huge win for us. I mean, it was a windfall. Our We've had over 100% increase in the revenue with going through Auction Simplified. As soon as we did it, we were doing live auctions, a lot of work, a lot of people, a lot of moving the cars around, paperwork, and checking people in, checking them out. Finally, we decided, listen, let's just go online only and with Auction Simplified.
That
Boy,
I'm gonna
I
pause right
mean,
there. I'm gonna pause right there, Dave, and say
yeah,
that's a huge step. That is a huge step to take. So thank you so much for trusting us, genuinely.
well, it was a big step, I can tell you. But
Yeah.
and as you know, I mean, first we said, oh, we want to do both. We want to do, you know, live and with online and combine it. Then finally, just saying, look, let's pull the plug on the being live. Let's just do online only. When we did that, it has just been such a relief for our office. The least amount of people that we're working with, and the buyers, we have so many buyers, great buyers. I want to say the least amount of people we're working with on site, because you have an auction. If you're going to have a public auction, you're going to do it typically on the weekend.
Yep.
I have to have people here on the weekend. I have to have everything done and working it and from beginning to end and collecting the money. When we went to online and we picked a day during the week, you find more people are at their office. They're on their computer. You're going to catch more people than on a Saturday or Sunday morning. And our prices prove. I mean, we doubled the revenue on auctions alone. And when we're auctioning, I don't know, up to 80 cars a month. It was such a huge increase. I can't tell you how happy we are. And fees are reasonable. We streamline the paperwork. So when somebody buys it, we already have their information. Buyers are vetted through the auction service. Buyers are found through that. They're signed up. They're registered. A lot of the footwork that we used to have to do, advertising, we don't do that anymore. Auction Simplified does it. And it's part of their job. And it's great that they're taking so much weight off of us to be successful. And we just didn't see that, because when you have all those little things, they add up over a bit. And now it's like we can't even. We're going to be doing auctions every 2 weeks, and
Wow.
it's I can't say enough about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me
No,
ask
thank
you
you.
let me ask you a couple of follow-up questions, Dave. So
Sure.
what was it that made you decide to get on Ultra Simplified, and how long have you been on that particular platform?
Well, Roadrunner was on it first, and I'm not going to sure, but I would say, let's just say it's been a year or so in that ballpark range. I'm going to guess, maybe not that long, but we're probably getting closer to it.
Mhm.
Henry's in Windsor more recently, and once we did that change, my team, I can confidently say, At first, there was skepticism. I don't know. This is, how are we going to photo all these vehicles? How are we going to do this? And then when they found out how easy it was to upload the vehicle information and load pictures right there, and that literally putting a car together for auction takes about somewhere from 3 to 5 minutes. I mean, per vehicle. Like, wow, I got them all done so quickly. The guys are like, I didn't realize it was really going to be this easy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. And
Yep.
then they get uploaded to the site. They get verified. We can look at them, see what's going on. Did we miss anything? And get people the right information, and then they can make a good purchase. And I can tell you the system just works very well because Auction Simplified knows auctions. We thought we did. No, they're the experts. Let the experts do their job. Don't think you can do it better. Let them do it. And they have proven their value.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. And like you mentioned before, the auction management team at Auction Simplified helps promote your event. They reach out to different bidders and buyers and kind of expand the audience for that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it just makes your life a lot easier.
It does. And also, I think one of the things they did was, there's competitors that also use Auction Simplified. And, we have asked, hey, can we trade buyers like buyers we have that they don't have? Can you cross market so we can work together? And not that we're working together, but it's more of they have buyers there. Do they know about ours? And we're willing to share ours with them. Absolutely. I mean, it's a win-win for both companies. So, um,
Yeah.
I like seeing other businesses getting into it. Brings in more buyers, and then there's more vehicles that they can see even at other companies that might be successful for them. So we all win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the core, software is there for you to create efficiencies and to hopefully help you make more money, right?
Yep.
To take that time that you've gained and then pour it into, like you've done with the auction. And that's just a powerful testimony. Thank you so much, Dave.
Oh no, let me tell you, thank you, because I mean, when it comes to the bottom line, going to Auction Simplified, I didn't have to buy more trucks, a bigger facility. I didn't have to the overhead. We already have the yards. We already have a cell phone to upload. We already have everything. I
Yeah.
literally didn't need as many people who didn't want to work on the weekend to do the auction. So, you get it done during the week where people want to do it here. And then just going straight to the bottom line. Anything above what we were getting, it's such a win.
Mm.
It's, if we did 20 more tows a day, that's fantastic. However, I probably got to buy more equipment and I've got to get a lot of more overhead.
Yeah.
This went straight to the bottom line. And when you double that revenue, it's an unbelievable saying, yeah, we had 100% increase and it was all profit.
Wow.
That's, and I wish I could tell you how much it was, is a lot. And it was unbelievable. And then now to look at it on an annual return, it's unbelievable win.
So exciting.
When did your relationship with TRAXERO begin, and which of our other products are you currently on?
It began with Tow Exchange, and we used Tops. So
Mhm.
years ago, I mean, I can't say enough about Jeff and his team over there are fantastic. I mean, working with them and the tough things that we did good, and not that tough, they make tough situations a lot easier. We use GPS, we use dash cameras, we use obviously the auction. We also utilize the reviews system through it.
Yeah.
That all was introduced to us through TRAXERO Tow Exchange, and some of the stuff that they built for us or helped me understand. I'm not a computer guy, I'm a tow guy. I just need to know the towing. Does it work? And can my customers get jobs to us? And we've had some pretty big customers, one that was sending us about, somewhere between 30 and 50 jobs a day. But their software kind of didn't work with the towing software. And they were able to bridge the gap. And I'm talking, this is years ago. This is over 10 years ago that they made it happen. But it was huge because we were doing manual data entry on that stuff until they said, I think we can make this work. There's a way we can get the data. And even though our systems don't talk to theirs and whatever the reason was, they found a fix, and they worked on it. And
Mm.
when we do have particular things that come up, they're available. I can't even tell you. I mean, the service is second to none. I've said, you know, and it's very rare that it does. I even talked to my service manager the other day. I said, when was the last time we had a problem with one of the GPSs? And he goes, you know what? It's been a very long time. And I talked to dispatch and said, are all the trucks on the GPS, everything working? Yeah, everything's working seamlessly, you know? And when they introduced the dash cameras to us, but I can tell you just alone on the dash cameras over the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, at least 10 accidents that our trucks were in were recorded. And some of them, I mean, you at face value, you would be like, oh, we were at fault. But then when you see the recording, we weren't. And we were able to forward it right there on the spot to a police officer working the accident and they looked at it and said, oh yeah, we're going to ticket the other person. You know, this isn't what it seems. And I'm putting together literally a thing of all the videos to send to our team to say, this is why we have dash cameras.
Yep.
We're not out to prove, you know, like our driver's making a mistake or something. That's not what we want. I want to protect.
Just
I
trying to
want to protect
yourself.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and think about it. If we were charged for those accidents, so would my driver would have been. Just the company and an insurance claim, but our driver personally, he doesn't need that on his driving record. He works for a living. And if he definitely didn't do anything wrong, then we're going to show, hey, he didn't do anything wrong. And so it doesn't go on his record. And I think that's another thing. We back our people up when something happens and they say, hey, that's not how I saw it. Okay, we're going to investigate it to the end. And having that supporting documentation through GPS, through the dash cameras, it's second to none. And that's the flow of business and helps us keep it being successful.
I love it. So my last question is, if you were to meet someone in the industry, Dave, either a colleague or even just an acquaintance that is on the fence about stepping into the digital age when it comes to towing software, what would you say to them?
Well, if they're on the fence about stepping into it, I would say, well, then you mean to step out completely out of the industry, because if you're not in it, then you're not going to get very far. You're going to be an independent contractor because you have to have it. The roadside assistance clubs, a lot of them require it now. If you don't have digital dispatch and be able to accept it, they don't want to even do business with you. A lot of our bigger customers and sting. So I would tell them, absolutely do it for so many reasons. If you want to be successful in your business, this is part of it. And working with TRAXERO is going to help you be successful. So it's worked for us, and you can see where we're at today, and we're very proud of where we are. And it's great having a partner that understands that, works with us, and all our clients, whether it's a motor club, private account, police, you name it, our software is the best. You know, we've really enjoyed it. And when we have particular jobs, and I'll also preface this a little. We also do roadside truck repair, and we have 5 service trucks, and we go out. Now, it is a towing software, but all of a sudden we're doing repairs on the side of the road, and we have parts, and we have tax, and we have all these other things that started coming in. And we talked to Jeff and said, hey, look, we want to use we want to use TOPS to be able to do this, you know, because of the dispatching part of it, because we want to be able to send a job to a truck. But here's the challenge: it's not a tow anymore. There's these other things. They worked on it, got it set up, said, yeah, we can do that. Yes, we can do this. We can add in, you know, you need tax or parts or whatever the line items. And so we took our towing software and modified it to make sure it would work for that service.
Wow.
I mean, then we don't have to have a separate one. And we thought it was just fantastic. So you can go a little bit further sometimes on whether your service is, because dispatching the different crazy jobs we get, you know, and the different, say, it's not just if you're towing, road service. We have tractor trailers, the heavy wreckers. We have specialty service, cleanup dump truck and bobcats, and you name it, that we need to be able to let our team know and have one place that we can gather the information, share it with our team, get it out there so they can do a proper job. It's TRAXERO.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful testimony. Thank you for being a loyal customer. Congratulations on being this month's TRAXERO Titan Day. We really appreciate your loyalty.
No, absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate all you guys do for us.
Thank you all for watching this installation of the TRAXERO Titan.